Hey everyone, I'm Scott Stokely, and I'm here in New Zealand surrounded by deadly man-eating tigers. Hey, act like tigers. Nah, you probably can't tell on the video, but those are tigers. And I thought it would be fun to share with you a disc golf philosophical question that we've been batting around on our travels a little bit. This will be, just a fun topic to discuss on the way to your next tournament, but even a funner topic to debate with your non-disc golfing friends. All right, before I get to that, all of my Tour Series discs are available at scottstokely.net, Stokely Universe discs at scottstokely.net, information on my full day seminars that are still going to be taught around the U.S., not by me, but by one of my coaches. Also, my 6-month online Become a Complete Disc Golfer class, all at scottstokely.net. All right, so I'm going to pose this philosophical question to you all, but first I have to start with a premise. Now, whether or not you believe in this, that's up to you, but this is something that I believe. I believe that golf, talking about ball golf, is the greatest sport of the 20th century. Now, I know as soon as I say that, I hear people shout at their phones, you ever heard of soccer? Cricket? Baseball if you're in the US? Rugby if you're in New Zealand? I would argue that golf is the greatest sport of the 20th century. And here's my main case for this. A whole lot of professional baseball players, soccer players, cricket players, and rugby players, when they retire from their sport, all take up the game of golf. Nobody on the PGA Tour has ever retired from the tour and taken up cricket, rugby, baseball, or soccer. All sports in the 20th century kind of filtered down one direction through a funnel into this one amazing game, golf. Now, there's a whole lot of reasons why this is the greatest game in the world. In fact, there's probably been 1,000 books written on the subject, whether it's about your personal journey or overcoming obstacles, or it's fun, camaraderie, competition, exercise, maybe just a way of ditching work. But there's so many things that make the game of golf the greatest game of the 20th century. Now, disc golf has every single thing that makes ball golf great. Like, there's nothing about ball golf that disc golf doesn't also offer. We lose nothing in translation. But in addition to all these great things that ball golf offers, we have 4 additional things that I think make our sport even better. And this is not the debate. But we have a simpler or quicker learning curve. We're absolutely more cost effective, especially for families. You can play our sport on a far wider and I believe more interesting variety of terrain. And a big one that's fairly overlooked. You could play a round of disc golf in like an hour or an hour and a half. You can play after work in spring and fall. You don't need to set aside your Sunday for a round of disc golf. So we offer everything that ball golf offers, and I think 4 other major things in addition to that. So here's the question that I pose. If disc golf had been invented first, would ball golf exist? Now, I'm not hating on ball golf. I know a lot of you out there are ball golfers, and you're like, of course it exists. Ball golf's an amazing game in of itself. Of course, I just acknowledge that it's the greatest game of the 20th century. Nothing but respect for ball golf. But if disc golf had been invented first, the only way ball golf exists is somebody would have had to reach out to the disc golf community and say, hey guys and gals, disc golf is awesome, but I just invented a version of disc golf. it costs $150 a round. Takes like 5 hours to play. It's really hard to get the hang of. Oh, and most of the courses, they look pretty similar. But you should try this new game, ball golf. Would ball golf have been not invented, people innovate, but would it have ever had enough of an audience willing to adapt this great game of disc golf into ball golf? Now, you might know what side of this fence I'm on, but I don't think it's a black and white argument, because you would also have to argue that this game that I fully believe is the greatest game of the 20th century wouldn't exist. Well, that's a pretty big leap as well. So anyways, it's a fun debate. Like I said, talk about it on the way to a tournament, talk about it at league night, but even more fun if you talk about it with your non-disc golf friends, maybe even some of your ball golf friends. Put on the boxing gloves and have it out with them. Let me know in the comments how it goes. I'm curious to see, because we've been having fun with this one. And buy a bunch of cool stuff at scottstokely.net. Thanks, everyone.